Hello and welcome. I'm your host, Elizibar. We're going to talk about Uzumaki. Chapter 5 is up next. Now, I think I said something like Chapter 4 was my favorite. And I think it is. It's very personal, it's very intimate, because we have two families that we've been introduced to in Chapter 1 and how their lives are going, Shuichi's and Kiri's. Chapter 5, we start looking outward and seeing how the spiral, if I can get to the right page for the start of the chapter. There we go. And seeing how the spiral is starting to affect other people. Man, there's so many spoilers in the chapter image for this chapter, but that's okay. So we start off in Kurozocho. There have always been row houses in the ruins. Some are hidden between new buildings. Some in the open side by side, while others on the verge of collapsing can be found on the outskirts of town. I told you not to see her again. Next time I catch you with my daughter, I'll make you pay. Please, just let me talk to her. No! I can't let my precious daughter near your wretched family. Come on, Yuriko. Let me go, Dad. Yuriko! So, what's going on here is an extension would happen to Shuichi's father. He's spiraled downward. Kiri's father, with his pottery, he spiraled downward. Shuichi's mother, she spiraled downward. Shuichi himself, he's spiraling downward because of his obsession with spirals. Now, these old row houses are located in kind of weird places, aren't they? Why would it be right there? Why would it be in the middle of all these houses? Why are these old row houses like that? Seems weird, doesn't it? These people that we're encountering here live in those houses. They too are caught in the spiral. They too are spiraling downward. They're caught in a cycle of negativity, a cycle of maybe hatred is too strong of a word. On the other hand, look at the way they're like acting because, you know, two families of neighbors who live in these row houses have children that are dating. Like it's the Montagues and Castanellas here. Like we've gone full Romeo and Juliet. So this is really the story. Here's Kiri witnessing this, and Shuichi gets involved later. But this is the story of how these two are trapped in the spiral and what they try to do to get out of it. Don't talk to my sister that way, crack. So Kiri sits down with the boy. I don't even care what his name is. Oh, apparently it's Kazunori right here. Kazunori, it's me, Kiri. What happened to you? I got cracked in the face. They live in the same house as us. So it's not that his family and the girl's family are socioeconomically any different. They're both living essentially under poverty conditions. They're essentially neighbors. They hate each other. They are caught in that downward spiral. So we're getting our first real glimpse of how people outside of Shuichi's family and Kiri's family are experiencing the spiral. I mean, yeah, okay, chapter 3, girl who literally had a spiral in her head. Great stuff. This is more psychological. This is more relational. This is more intimate, even though the scope is expanded. Now, it's sad that the title image kind of spoiled what happens, because it's wild. And in the manga, I'm looking for exactly the right page to show you. Nope, that's not what I want to show you. Ah, here we go. The boy and the girl, they escape. They find a hideaway, in the attic or whatever in the ruins of one of those old row houses. And as they're in there trying to figure out what they're going to do, oh, look at what they're seeing, man. They see two snakes getting it on in a kind of freaky snake fashion. How creepy, they're fighting, all twisted up just like our parents. No, they're not fighting. They're getting it on. So you can see these characters are aware They're not directly aware of the spiral, but they're aware of the effect the spiral has. Twisted up like our parents. Their parents are caught in the spiral. It's spiraling down. These snakes, well, I don't know if that's what snakes actually do when they're getting it on, and I don't really want to know, thank you. But, he sees that, and he sees them entwined, and he's seen it in a positive light. He's seen that kind of closeness as something that can't be separated. Snakes have spiraled together. And that totally sets up for what happens at the end of the story, which I guess you can probably guess now because they literally told us on the freaking title page of this chapter what happens. So, spoiler, you looked at the title page. So, yeah, this is like some good, very solid, like exploring relationships and how interpersonal reactions can drive other people to what they do. And of course, it's then taken to the extreme because this is a scary story. This is a like a body horror manga, so we got to kick it up to the next level. Exactly what happens towards the end of this. Sadly, in the anime, this had like the worst run cycle I've ever seen. But whatever, we're not going to get into that. I might do reviews of the anime episodes at some point and make fun of them for how badly they're treating most of the story. I don't know. Y'all take care of yourselves. Bye bye.